Hello, my fellow patriots. This message today is about alternate accommodations, if you're offered those during the reasonable accommodation process, and then our recommendations on whether you accept those or deny those. So, at the first level decision, when you through the reasonable accommodation procedure, if that first level decision leaves you unaccommodated, right? Your doctor says you need some things, your limitations, you need some things, and those were not addressed. We recommend that you deny those accommodations at that level and ask for a reconsideration for a second level decision. We're seeing other folks to both approve and deny at the same time. But if you do that, if you select both, be sure to clearly communicate that you do want that second level decision. And so the reason some people select both accept and deny is because at that second level decision, if for some reason you're still unaccommodated, we do recommend that you accept those accommodations at that second level. The reason for that is your return to office date isn't going to change. And then when you come into the office, you'll at least have access to those things that they offered. So if you deny at the accommodations at the second stage, you won't have any of those accommodations when you come into the office. So now some folks aren't able to come in, right? We have some people that it's illegal for them to drive. They have restrictions on their license due to their disability, or other folks are like immunocompromised, and it's just a danger to them to come in. That's a different scenario, and we can cover that later. You reach out to us directly. But at that second level, accepting those accommodations does not suddenly magically say that they're sufficient and that they cover all your needs. It just says that, hey, you're a disabled person, you have, needs up to 10 or something. They only offer you up to 6, I'm just using a number scale to give an analogy. You'll take the portion that you can get because you need some accommodations, but it doesn't negate your ultimate underlying request. And so, in fact, going through what they've offered, documenting them, if there's any issues, or if it works great, that's awesome. That's what you're hoping. But if it doesn't, if there's problems, be sure to document those as you go along, and that can help you in the reasonable accommodation procedure when you go through it again. And remember too, it is definitely our advice that at that second level, should you choose to file an EEO complaint or some other like a union grievance at that point, you still, parallel to that, should continue in the reasonable accommodation procedure itself. That is still the fastest method that we know to get you accommodated. So accepting those alternates and then documenting your experience. If they're not working, that adds evidence to your reasonable accommodation claim procedure. And then when you resubmit that reasonable accommodation, now there's new information that you can provide. So that is our advice. And yeah, thank you.